It's a good idea to reframe your ideas about what constitutes good behavior. So definitely throw out what you think paying attention looks like. It is not sitting still on the bench with your hands in your lap, not making any sounds. Many students with special needs are perfectly capable of paying attention while in motion, while even making sounds. I have students who literally sing a different song while they're playing whatever song I'm asking them to play, and they're doing it fine. So it takes a little getting used to, but you can still teach when those things are happening. Definitely allow stimming. Don't stop it. Don't interrupt it. Don't force eye contact. So another thing that's hard for neurotypical people to get used to is, you want people to be looking at you. This shows they're paying attention, but it's actually pretty irrelevant for attention with these students. And it can actually be super distracting for them if it gives them too much sensory input and they're not able to focus on what you're saying. Also, factor in social and communication differences. So students might say things that you think are weird or offensive or rude, but that's probably not their intention at all. Just be aware that these social differences exist. You don't need to make it an issue. And then finally, if students don't do exactly what you tell them to do all the time, chalk it up to motor control. So they probably genuinely have a hard time controlling their bodies. So we're going to help them improve their motor skills, at least for playing with piano.
These things are so important, Selena. I just want to sort of reiterate that all of these things are just so go against the grain of what we expect of students, not looking around, being quiet, paying attention, all those kinds of things. And just because they don't do these things doesn't mean that there's anything wrong or that they're not listening. And I think that is just so crucial because it's so difficult. I've experienced it myself. It's really hard to change your mindset about what an engaged student looks like.
Right. I went to a workshop once and the presenter said, okay, now it's time for everyone to pay attention. Sit at your desk, put your hands on your desk. Don't talk or move or eat or drink for, I don't know what it was, 5 minutes. And all the adults in the room had a hard time doing it. So I think expectations that we put on students are not always realistic, even for students that don't have special needs.
And Selena, I don't know if you've got the ability to trigger. We've got some of those videos as well. Did you have those a place in mind to show those videos, or do you want me to bring one of them up?
I was going to show one kind of at the end, but do you want to bring one up now?
I was just wondering, because of the behaviour, there is that video of you teaching one of the boys the blues. Would that be a good one to demonstrate how these kind of challenging behaviours can manifest?
Yeah, I'll bring it up right now. You want to sing two people? Sorry. All right, fine. Sing it. Okay, I'll stop it there. So this student actually, I don't know if you could hear, but he was saying little star a lot. So at first I didn't quite understand what he was saying. And then I realized he was saying little star. And I know that he likes to stim with that song. So he likes to just say it or sing it kind of as like an activity, but he doesn't really always mean it, or he doesn't necessarily need to be playing it, but he couldn't get out of his head. So okay, let's play Little Star. He also kept yelling cookie that day, just yelling cookie really loud. So that's when I said, okay, cookie. And we tried to like smash the piano, cookie, a couple of times. And then you can see he got a little more regulated and he let me help him keep a steady beat with his right hand. So that's definitely one of my favorite activities for students.
Dixie just brought up that she heard two tracks a little bit out of sync. So we'll just need to remember, Selena and I, to mute our microphones when we play a video. Sorry about that, guys. And Chris just said, what's the definition of stimming? Can you just remind us?
Yeah, so stimming is like self-stimulating. That's kind of what it's short for. And it's like little repetitive movements that students do a lot. If you see a student maybe go like this or like clap their hands, a lot of students stim by like holding their eye, like looking off to the side, or just doing these little motions, even like lining things up in a row or making a really loud humming sound with their voices. It could just be this sort of repetitive thing. You look at them and you're like, why are you doing that? They're stimming. And it's either to give themselves more sensory input if they're not getting enough, or to calm themselves down if they're getting too much sensory input.